Who is your favorite artist?
Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go ahead and actually go over a very popular show that's going on Prime Video called Swarm. Now Swarm premiered on Prime Video March in 2023. Has 7 episodes to it, each roughly about 35 minutes apiece. Now this is it's kind of hard to go and actually classify, but I would say classify as kind of dark comedy, drama, thriller. It's hard to equate this to any other type of series. It's really that hard to quantify. You have to be a fan of kind of extreme emotions and actions, kind of like involving drugs, sex, violence, etc., that type of stuff, to really be able to stomach and digest this series. This is very much a psychological obsession thriller. This is the brainchild of Donald Glover. If you're familiar with his songs and his style, that would better help you understand the target audience for this particular show. Now, for me, I will definitely classify myself as a casual for this review, but I'll dive into it for mains as well, and that's really where I'm going with this. It's going to be a casual viewer. So if you like how that sounds, do me a favor, click like, share, subscribe. But let's get into this review. The simple storyline for this is that it's a young woman's obsession with a pop star that takes a dark turn. That's the official label of it. Gotta go and get deeper for me to really give you what is this series really about. The series centers around Dre, played by Dominique Fishback, and she's obsessed with pop star Nija, okay? And she's played by Noreen Brown. And she has been obsessed with her since she was a teenager. And her best friend, Marissa, played by Chloe Bailey, they're barely getting on in life, right? They both were teenagers and once they kind of grew up together, but right now they're just they're living their life as adults, whatever, barely getting by. And when a certain set of circumstances happens, Dre is left by herself in a very cruel world and really trying to navigate that. And from her perspective, only Najah understands her, and so Dre makes it her mission to ensure that anyone who downs Nija, anyone who downs Nija is dealt with. Okay, the story on its face is wild, and it's told in a very creepy, broken manner. As Dre's world and mind breaks, we are just taken for wild rides and situations. Your mind has to be ready to see the bad in humanity to watch this, but the story is told in an effective manner. Now, Dominique Fishback does a great job of playing Dre. Her ability to go from innocence to completely broken, a la kind of like a Harley Quinn type of character, is really incredible. I don't know what it takes to get that kind of performance. I don't know what headspace you have to get into, but she does it, and she does it well. Everyone else are just side characters in this, but everyone plays their role well. Even in uncomfortable situations, everyone is on point with the scene. So your side characters don't take you out of it. They're part of it. They mix in very well. They blend into it, makes the story really organic. Kind of mains are going to be looking for all kinds of subtleties that highlight a cause and effect to Dre's actions, meaning that if you're into like psychological thrillers and obsession films, you're going to be looking for certain looks, certain situations, certain actions, Easter eggs that will show you why this person triggered what went ahead and actually got on there. Is there a clue to what's going to happen next to them? And this series does a good job of showing you those types of things. So if you're a main and you really crave that type of stuff, it'll give you that. Now for casuals will definitely have things to latch onto, but it's dependent upon your tolerance. The acting and the story are very good, and there are extreme acts of violence, abuse, sexual acts, whatever proclivities that you have. This series has it in it as well. So I guess what I'm saying in this nature is that if you're kind of like tuning in for a little bit of violence, a little bit of sex, a little bit of drug use, just a lot of things that can go wrong in human existence, and the overindulgence on there can really do something to your mind. This series has that, I don't know how to feel about that overall because, again, it's a very disturbing series, but I think it actually has a story to tell, and it does have a point and lesson to teach you if you're willing to get through to it. As such, my verdict for Swarm is, for mains, I'm gonna say binge it out. If you're a fan of these kinds of shows and movies, there's no reason not to watch it. It's only 7 episodes, a total runtime of 30 minutes each, and you'll want to digest it all. It's really, you get these episodes and they hit you, they hit you, they hit you. The acting is spot on, the story is engaging with like this creepiness, and it'll probably be the thing that people are talking about for a while. So it's really something to consume and really kind of understand all the way out. It's just creepy. That's really what I can go and actually attribute to. For casuals, I would say watch the first 2 episodes. As I stated before, the acting and the story are good, so there's no problem with that. It's just a matter of how much you can stomach the situations. Also, Dre's transition to full on crazy is better fleshed out in the second episode, and then you can decide if it's for you or not. So again, for my mains, binge out that first season. For casuals, watch the first 2 episodes, and that's what I have for Swarm on Prime Video.
You got a spare in the trunk.
No! Damn, you got a dead body in there or something?
You stayed for this entire review. I appreciate you. Love it. This was definitely a weird one to get through, but I do it for you guys. I like watching all this kind of stuff, and this one was a surprising, crazy thriller. If you like what I'm spitting out here, do me a favor, click like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff, or watch one of these other videos that the algorithm pops up on the screen here. But until the next time, I'll holler at you. Take care of yourself.